What a time to be a Spurs fan. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well on this Thursday morning. The weather here, it looks like it's going to pour down soon. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Apparently, it's going to be a nice weekend. But good morning, everyone. What a 48 hours for Tottenham Hotspur. We'll get into that in a moment. First of all, I want to talk about England quickly. We are into the last 16. We didn't make it easy, did we? That's what we do. We know England never do things the easy way, just like Spurs. But we're there thanks to Harry Kane again. This guy is, for me, one of the best footballers in world football. For what he does, his all-round game and his finishing is second to none. What a great striker. England are lucky to have him. And I think Tuchel has screwed him over really by picking the squad that he has for this tournament, leaving so many creative players at home. It could have been oh so different. We will see. I don't think we're winning the World Cup, but we got through last night by hook or by crook. Again, like I say, thanks to Harry Kane. And we'll see how we do in the next round. And did anyone watch the Senegal game? Absolutely heartbreaking for them. 2-0 up and then conceding a dubious penalty in injury time to lose the game 3-2. It is what it is. Listen, it's all about Tottenham, right? Because Spurs are moving mad. We are doing bits this summer. There is absolutely no doubt about it. And the thing is, as a Spurs fan, if someone had said to me at the start of the window, you're going to have spent by July the 2nd, 200 plus million pounds, I'd have been like, nah, not Tottenham. And if we had, I would have expected a couple of strikers in there, maybe a winger. We have gone out, we have blown a shed load of money. And yet we still have so much work to do. But we look at the signings we've brought in, and we will look at them in a minute. I'm really happy. Listen, I'm really happy. I know there are a lot of fans out there who are not happy with the signing of Andy Robertson. They're not happy with the signing of Dubravka. But for me, they are good, good quality squad signings. They're not going to rip up any trees. We have so much to do. It's not all going to be done in one window. Sometimes you just got to fill a few gaps for a couple of years. Fill that gap. That's sorted. We don't have to worry about that for a year or two. We can go and address the areas we really need to. And I think Spurs have done that. I don't expect Robertson to be here for the next 10 years, maybe 18 months, maybe 2 years. And then we will look to bring in another left back, you would think. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about the window so far. We cannot be upset about it, can we? It's been a fantastic window. But as I always say, until they're holding that shirt up, and I'm expecting to see Fernandez holding that shirt up today. I'm expecting to see Tonali holding that shirt up today. Until they're holding the shirt up, you just never know, do you? You never know. Touch wood. Touch wood. They both go through today. But as I said, still so much work to do. But I'm delighted. As a Tottenham fan, this is all I've been asking for from Enoch from all these years, is to act like this big club. And it looks like we're finally doing it. Like I said, a lot of work to do. And I'm just loving the saltiness of all the other fans. Villa fans, especially Aston Villa. What have we done to you? You are giving it to us large. Where have we got this money from? Why can Spurs spend so much money? It's so salty. Villa, remember your place. If you hadn't arrested half of your team against us, we'd be in the championship now. It's because of you that we're spending this money. So thank you, Aston Villa, and thank you to their fans. Listen, it is what it is. Obviously, United fans are up in arms as well, and suddenly they didn't want those players. They didn't want them. Why would they want them? They're rubbish. They're going to other targets. We will see. We will see. I'm delighted there was a Spurs fan. Let's get to the chat. It is all about you guys, and it's building up. How you all feeling, guys? Let me know. And remember, smash a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Logan's in, first one in. Send morning to Nige and the chat. Big up, everyone. Hope all is well. Can't believe we actually signed Tonali and Fernandez. Both transforms our midfield completely. 100% agree, mate. I didn't expect us to get either, but to get both. Wow, that is That is really good work from Enoch. You've got to take your hat off to him. You've got to give him kudos for that. It's fantastic business. Yes, have we spent a lot of money on them? Absolutely. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Tottenham, about time. Let's keep it going. But yeah, our midfield next season suddenly looks incredibly strong. Now what we've got to do is get players out before we bring some more in. I would imagine. Logan also said, I read last night, we are still in for 2 or 3 more signings and still have about 180 million to spend, depending on sales, etc. Wow, things are starting to look up for us. Finally, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. Listen, we cannot go this big and then stop, right? Like I said before, and I say it a million times, doesn't matter what defense we've got, how good a midfield we got. If we've got a crap forward line, we're still not going to win games. So for me, forward line now, it's so important we address that area and address it with quality, not just bringing any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. Really need quality in those forward areas. And if we get them, I hate to say it, I think we'd be cooking next season, cooking on gas. Logan says, I've also seen we have approached Krupi. His market value is 90 million, but he said he's keen to join, which is a positive sign. Would you want Krupi Nige and chat or look elsewhere for that price? Interesting one for me. I'm not sure about Krupi. Listen, he's a very, very talented young player, no doubt about it. But for 90 million, I think that's one we might get our pants pulled down on. Listen, would I say no to him? If we spent 90 million, I don't care. It's not my money, and I take him all day long. But for me, I'm looking at a Marmouche, someone like that. I think that would be a quality signing for Spurs. But listen, if we got Krupi, I'd be more than happy. Ghosted is in, saying, "Come on, you Spurs, big up, Ghosted. I hope you're well, mate." And he also says, "Krupi Junior next." Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. But listen, it is exciting times for Spurs. Spurs are splashing the cash, and I'm absolutely here for it. Rodney's in. Said morning all. So far, so good. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. It's great news. It's great news. We are doing bits again. I'm skeptical. I want to see them holding the shirt up. And as soon as they do that, celebrations all round. But what a great 48 hours for Tottenham. Spurs rolls in. Send credit to Enoch. I have to say well done. And that's all we can do, right? That's all we can do is say well done to Enoch because we've wanted it for the last 26 years, and I'm not going to pretend that Enoch have never spent money because they have, but we've always spent it badly. This summer, we have spent a lot more money than usual, and we have spent it so far, in my opinion, really well on top players that are going to improve this team. And we've also built the squad up a little bit defensively. So really happy. Jimmy's in as well, saying big up Nigel in the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you are well. Guys, I am 7 subs short of 1.7k, 7k. So if you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub to the channel. Really would appreciate it. Marcus is in. Big up, Marcus. Said morning, Nige. Come on, you Spurs. Good morning, mate. Where are you today? What part of the UK are you driving your truck in? Ghosted says England, more like Harry Kane FC. Absolutely. This England side are rubbish. We are a poor team. And Harry Kane gets us out of trouble yet again. Yet again. The hate he gets though is unbelievable. The hate he gets still is unbelievable. He is our greatest ever striker, without a doubt. Razzle's in. Say morning, Nigel. Good morning, Razzle. I hope you're well. And Andrew Gregory's in. Big up, mate. Says cry goals for Harry, England, and St. George. They said it wasn't pretty, mate, was it? But we got the job done. We are in to the last 16. Mexico, is it Sunday night, Monday morning? We will see how we do. It's going to be a tough game, but I expect England to win now. You know, after that, it was, you know, how many times have we seen it over the years in World Cups where England struggle? We had it against Cameroon. Anyone remember 1990? Cameroon, we were a goal down. We were 2-1 down now, I think, weren't we? And Lineker with 2 penalties won us the game. You know, we always make hard work of it. But listen, we are through. Let's see how we do against Mexico. Ghost is saying the disrespect this man has got over the years is criminal. absolutely. And listen, it's because he played for Spurs, right? It's because he played for Spurs. Razzle says it was like watching Spurs last season with England last night. It was. It was. We play so similar to England. It is a lot of backwards, sideways passing, no creativity whatsoever. Um, but as I've always said, especially with England, and I said it in a short, while we've got Harry Kane, we've got a chance. We might play the shittest football in the whole World Cup, but he only needs one chance. Sometimes he doesn't even need a chance, he can create it himself. And that might be enough. That might be enough. A lot of people said, oh, you wait until we play France or Spain or someone like that. You know what? I think England would be better because they will open up. Other teams will open up against us, give England that space. And I think we will actually do better against the bigger sides than teams that come and low block and just sit back and try to catch England on the counter attack. The concern is England defensively look an absolute shambles. An absolute shambles. Jed Spence, by the way, got a lot of stick last night and he wasn't at his best. He was poor, I thought. I don't blame him for the goal, though. For me, the two centre backs were together. Spence had to come across, was marking a man he shouldn't have been marking, and his man was left at the back post unmarked. Communication is not difficult, but we are playing a different back four every game. For me, and I hate to say it, Declan Rice at right back last night when he came on. Well, when he switched to right back, we looked so much better. I'd probably play Rice right back for the rest of the tournament because other than that, we look poor. We look poor. Ozzy Ann says an unprecedented domestic treble is coming to Spurs in 2026, 27. Be prepared for it. Listen, Ozzy Ann, I take one. I take one. I don't want to be greedy. I take any trophy next season. I'm just excited to see what Spurs are doing, and I'm hoping I can fall in love with my club again next year. Like I say, still lots of work to do. We need to sign some strikers and some wingers now because it's all about getting goals. Midfield, we're sorted. Defensively, we're sorted. Get out there and get me some strikers. Get out there, get me a winger of real quality. And let's see what we can do next season. One game a week. As long as we steer clear of injuries, I think we're going to have an absolutely cracking season. And we'll see where we finish. Ozzy Ann says we will come close to it at least. For me, guys, I think I'm looking at a European place. Let's see who we sign in our forward areas. If we can really go big in the forward areas as well, there's no reason why we can't look at Champions League places and say, why can't we do that? If we've spent 400 million, we should be looking at Champions League, right? We say it to every other club, other teams go and blow a load of money, and we're like, well, if they don't finish in Champions League, then they fell. We've got to say the same to Tottenham. If we spend £400 million, we have to finish in those Champions League places for me. But let's see. Razzle says, Ozzy Ange, I see you spamming in the United channels. Good on you, Ozzy Ange. Get in now. Jimmy says, not taking Palmer, Wharton, and Foden will come back to bite Tuchel. Crazy decisions, absolutely. And I'd go one further and say Maguire as well. I know he's not the best in the world. I know he's not great, but he's a threat from corners. And listen, I think defensively we look all over the place. So for me, I would have taken Maguire too. Spurs Wall says, good morning, Nige. Pure coins today, indeed, for the first time in ages. Big up to you, Spurs Wall. Listen, it's just great, isn't it, being a Tottenham fan at the moment? And question to you guys in the chat. If we now go quiet for a week, are we going to melt down? Is it going to be a meltdown because we've not signed anyone? For me, it is. I want to sign another player today. I want to get another one through the door tomorrow. I just want us to keep signing players every day. Is fantastic. It really is. We will see what happens, though, guys. Ozzy Ann says, Razzle, they need to hear it. We won't be quiet anymore. No, United are. They are really. There's a lot of salty tears in the United fan base. There really is complaining about Spurs overpaying and they're inflating the market. Yet United have done it for years and years and years, and that's okay. Um, maybe United are not the side they were. Maybe they're not the poor that they were. Um, no doubt they still are poor. They're one of the biggest sides in world football, but they have a stadium that's falling down. Um, And it is what it is. They've not done anything really for years, have they? So maybe United are not the pull that they used to be. We will see going forward. Marcus says, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with, Nige. I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing good, mate. I hope you are too. Listen, I hate to say it, but maybe. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but maybe, Marcus, we are going to be that force going forward. We will see. Andrew says, I'm rather enjoying having our pants pulled down in this transfer market. Yeah, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? We usually get our pants pulled down every window, but this is a good pants pulling down, right? This is the kind of pull that you want. You know, spend a lot of money and have other fans complaining and moaning that we're ruining the transfer window. I absolutely love it, and I'm here for it. Ozzy Ann says, I'm very optimistic. I did say when Robert De Zerbi took over, big changes would happen in the summer. Listen, I think Enoch have been promising it for a while, haven't they, as well? They've been promising things are changing, but because they've cried wolf so many times, I think most fans just thought, we've heard it all before a million times and it's not going to happen. Well, Enoch, fair play, you're doing it so far. Like I said, still a hell of a lot of work to do. A hell of a lot of work to do. A lot of signings to be made. Brilliant. The midfield is sorted. Defensively, look pretty decent. Goalkeeper, we can wait for another season, maybe. The attacking areas now is so important. We need to address it and bring proper quality in, right? No good just bringing anyone in. Proper quality. And it has to be De Zerbi signings. Has to be De Zerbi signings. Razzle sends 3 Lions. Get in there, like I say, wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. Ozzy Ann says we have buckets of money. It looks that way, doesn't it? It certainly seems that way. We are spending and spending well at the moment. That's for me what it is. We're not only spending, but we're spending well. We are bringing in quality players. For me, I can't wait to see Fernandez and Tonali in the same midfield together. That is an exciting thought. And with Madison in the 10, pulling the strings, whew, wow, I think we're going to be a strong outfit next season. We will see. Cookie's in. Say good morning, Nige. Good morning to all in the chat. Good morning to you, Cookie. I hope you're well. Let's go down a bit further. And Hotspur Sam's in. Big up to you, mate. It says good morning. Good morning to you. Ozzy Ann, he says, doesn't it feel good waking up knowing we've got them 2 great players in yesterday? It does. Again, I want to see them holding the shirt. I want to see that first interview. I want to see these videos that Spurs are putting out with the fans talking about stuff and then, the players coming out. I want to see that. Until I see that, I'm not convinced that they're actually in and through the door, if you know what I mean. As a Spurs fan, you always think something's going to go wrong. Razzle saying, still in shell shock from all the bombers. It's great to see, mate. It is great to see. Guys, if you haven't, please do me a favour. Nearly 60 in. Smash a like. Really would appreciate it. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button too. I am on my way to 1.7k. I am now 6 subs away from getting there. Neil Clark's in, said apparently Fernandez should complete today. His medical yesterday. Tonali medical today. Love to hear it. Love to hear it, Neil. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, I'm hearing fans say on Twitter, and listen, reading X is probably not the best thing to do, but yeah, they are not happy. Apparently, Tonali never wanted to join Spurs. He's really upset that he's joined Tottenham. He really wanted to join Arsenal or Man City. Whatever. These fans, they just make stuff up. It's crazy. It's crazy. Rain's in. Said morning, Nige. Good morning to you, Rain. How you doing, mate? I don't know what LFG means. I'm an old man. But big up to you, buddy. I hope you're well. Ozzy Ann says, I can see us spending 400 million plus on this summer on signings, 2 or 3 more to come, people. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We need 2 or 3 more, right? And I don't think that's being greedy. Our front line is still the worst front line I've ever seen at Tottenham. So we have a lot to do. A lot to do yet. Liston says many rival fans just don't know how much money we make. They believe Premier League table is linked to the size of the club. Absolutely, absolutely. The Villa fans that are up in arms that we finished 17th twice, yet we can spend a lot more money than them. Um, haven't didn't they spend a load of money a couple of years ago? It is what it is. It's our turn now. Let us have our moment. And yeah, that stadium, as much as a lot of us would be like, oh, give us White Hart Lane back any day, that stadium and the revenue it creates. And it was always going to take a couple of years, right? It was always going to take 3, 4, maybe 5 years to get it really going. Well, we've got it going. Enoch had promised, and they've started to deliver. They need to keep it going now. No good just doing it for one window. We need it every single window. And I heard someone on Sava's show last night um, talking about it, and they also everyone was saying that it can't just stop on one window. We need to keep going, but hopefully we need to get into a position where we don't need to go out every window and spend 400-500 million pounds because we've already done the base of it. Yeah, what we need to do then, a couple of windows time, is go out and bring one or two in. One or two players in, and that's it because our squad is so strong. Let's see what happens, but it's an exciting time to be a Tottenham fan. Ghost is saying Krupa Jr. had 13 Premier goals last season. Is that the same as Richarlison? Or did Richarlison get 12? I don't know. Listen, Krupa Jr. is a very exciting young player, isn't he? Reminds me a lot of Jermaine Defoe, but I don't know. For me, I just want. He wouldn't be my first choice, like I say. If he come in, fantastic. But I'm not sure. I think 90 million for a player that's had one decent-ish season in the Premier League is a lot of money. And I'd be looking maybe at a bit more proven quality personally. But listen, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no if he joined at all. I do like him. Hotspur Sam says, yes, we may be cooking on gas, but we are all electric. I like it. I like it. Yes, we are. Um, Ghost is saying, and apparently he would be the left wing option, not the number 9. Okay, that's different. That's different. I thought he was a striker, but listen, let's see what happens then. Let's see what happens. For me, again, 90 million is a lot of money. But I'm not complaining. I've just been moaning at other fans saying that we're spending too much. If we spend it and he does well, fantastic. Jimmy says that if Robert De Zerbi wants these players, then provide him with what he wants. When was the last time we backed a manager? I can't remember the last time we backed a manager, Jimmy. I really can't. Poch maybe to start with when he first come in. Other than that, I don't think we ever have truly backed a manager, have we? Razzle said Harry Redknapp, possibly, but even then, in that January Redknapp when we were going for possibly a title chance. Redknapp wanted those couple of players, didn't he? And look who we got. So I don't know. I don't know. Logan says, so what are we saying then? 2 left wings and 1 striker, or 2 strikers and a left winger? I personally think it's going to be a striker, a left winger, and I think we may sign another number 10. That's what I think. I think it will definitely be a left winger and a striker. That will be the 2. And then if an opportunity, Spurs like that word, don't they? An opportunity comes up, I think we may sign another number 10. But let's see. Let's see. I think definitely 2. I think 3's a push, but we will see. Ozzy Ann says, imagine we have an identical season to what Man City had this season, second with a late title charge and a cup double. I'd take that. Yeah, of course, mate. I would take top 6 or top 5 Champions League and a League Cup. I would take that next season. I just want to see Spurs up in and amongst it again, and a cup would be absolutely brilliant. But don't want to get ahead of myself. There's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. We have a lot of work to do yet. Great that we're signing these players. You've got to remember, Robert De Zerbi has also got to blend these players together and get them playing as a team. We saw what Liverpool did, going out buying 7 or 8 players for their first team, and it didn't work, did it? Doesn't matter how good the players are, they still have to find a formation and find a way of playing together. So we will see. We will see what happens. Marcus says, in bed till tonight, mate. Was in Bournemouth last night delivering beer kegs. Oh, nice. Not Amstel, was it? Sure, if it was, Sheriff would have been sniffing around. Rain says, have people finally accepted the evidence that Enoch 2.0 have been behaving differently for a while now? Rain, I think you're right, mate. I think you're right. Listen, we tried last summer, right? We did. We did. We did try to get Eze in. He turned us down in the end. We did have Morgan Gibbs White almost through the door until Marinakis pulled the plug. So we did go for it. We did try to bring players in. What we didn't have, by the looks of it, is much of a plan B when these signings didn't happen. But listen, it's happening so far this season. It's been a great window. It's been a fantastic window so far. What we have to do now, in my opinion, is really, really address that forward area, because for me, that's our biggest weakness at the moment is our forward area. Adams in. Big up Adams. There's another 2 penalties for Harry. They won't know what they've got until he's gone. 100%. 100%. Tottenham Therapy saying Harry Kane one season wonder. Remember when fans called him that? Unbelievable. And he says, big up Nige, by the way. Big up Tottenham Therapy. Hope you're well, man. Collins in. Said Borodani's, let's get Harry back. Then look out. Oh, that would be the dream for me. Getting Harry Kane back. And I reckon he's still got a good 3 years in him. I really do. He's that kind of player. He's never been blessed with pace, but he's such a good footballer. He would absolutely just. And if we could get a winger in like a Sonny, and when I say like a Sonny, I mean a player that runs beyond. So Kane could pick up the ball deep, flick that ball over to our left winger. We could be a real force. We're not going to go and get Harry Kane back, but that would be the dream for me, Colin. Ghost said, I don't blame Spence, but last night was further reason why we'll never see him at right back. Yes, mate, I got to be honest. Listen, I don't think Spence was at fault for the goal, but it showed last night how woefully short he is and how he is not, in my opinion, international class. He got woefully exposed. And yeah, for me, I would sell him as well, mate. Ghost has said I would sell Spence. I would as well. I would as well. And since nice Spence getting stick is a Tottenham thing. Madueke and Rashford was shocking, and they are not getting as much stick. And I think it's because they're more of an attacking players, right? And Spence, it kind of looked by the goal that he was at fault for it. I just think he got dragged across. For me, that's the centre backs. They should be talking, and Spence should be pushed. But it is what it is. How many times have we seen that goal though for Spurs? Right, when Porro has left his man because he's come inside to mark somebody. It's a common theme. But listen, I don't put the goal on Spence, but his performance was poor. Rashford, I agree. Listen, I was thinking Rashford for Tottenham, but seeing him last night, this is exactly why I don't want Rashford at Spurs. Because as good as he can be, and he can be breathtaking, more often than not, we see that kind of performance last night than the breathtaking Rashford. So for me, I would steer clear of him. Just personal. And Madueke, he's just not very good, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Colin says, is Mala Sarr down the middle for us? I wouldn't say no to Sarr. I think he's a really good player. And again, a player that's obtainable for Spurs. And he's a good finisher too. So I would take Sarr all day long. Guys, in the chat, would you take Sarr? Crystal Palace, I would definitely take him at Tottenham. Razzle saying, I think a lot of teams needed stick for how bad they were. They all looked like they were tired after 20 minutes. They did. Absolutely. Colin says, how much would you rate the window? Nice. For me, it's an 8. Ooh, for me, I'm going to go slightly lower, but only because I really want the forward areas addressed. For me, it's a good 7. And a high 7 as well, like 7.8. Let's go that. But if we address those forward areas, if we bring in 2 more players, a striker and a winger that get into the first team, like first team starters, is a 10 out of 10 window without a shadow of a doubt. For me, like I said earlier, I haven't got a problem with signing your Robertsons and your Dubravkas because I think they're good, solid squad additions that will improve us squad wise. They're not going to be here forever, but it means we can focus on other areas. And then a year down the line or 2 years down the line, we can go, right, we need that left back. Right, we need that goalkeeper. And everything else is sorted because we've done that in other windows. So for me, I haven't got a problem. It can all be done in one window. We can't go out and spunk 70 million on a left back, 60 million on a goalkeeper. We need to address the forward areas. So for me, 7 out of 10, high 7, get the forwards in, and it's a 10 out of 10 without a shadow of a doubt. The Stoic says Tuchel already using attitudes as an excuse if England lose. I got to be honest, I hate Tuchel. I think he's the worst England manager. He's so bored. I'd rather Southgate in charge than Tuchel, to be honest. But it is what it is. Hopefully he is gone at the end of this World Cup. Not for me at all. Jansen said apparently pushing for the bulk of transfers to be done before pre-season. It's exciting times at Tottenham, Jan, isn't it? It really is. I can't wait. Can't wait to see who's in the attacking areas. I think it's going to be an exciting season for us Spurs fans. The only disappointment is there's only one game a week. But, that could work in our favour. I think we get these attackers and we're going to have a fantastic season. And a lot of people should look out for Tottenham. If we can get the players in and if we can gel quickly before the season starts, I think we're in for an exciting season. And again, this is another reason why De Zerbi wants a transfer done before pre-season. Logan says another signing will be done this week. I reckon, Logan, you're pushing it, mate. It's Friday tomorrow. I would love it, but let's see. Let's see, mate. Listen, I would love another signing, but we do need to start getting players out now. There's no doubt we have an incredibly bloated squad, so we need to start selling. We need to start selling. Guys, if you haven't, over 60 of you in, please smash that like button. It's so important. And hit that subscribe button. I am still 6 away from 1.7k, so any help would be much appreciated. Razzle, I said, as long as we are talking to other teams and players about new signings, I'm happy to wait a week. Oh, I don't know about a week, Razzle. I'll go for like 3 or 4 days. After the next England game, I want us to be really in for somebody. But we'll see. We'll see. Rob plans in. Big up, Rob. Says, morning, nice. Now get me a number 9. Absolutely. This is where I am. Guys, who are we thinking for striker? Who is our ideal striker? I know we can all talk about dream worlds of an Osherman or someone like that. But, what are we looking at? That number 9 area has to be better than what we have. It's not difficult. But who is your choice? If you had the choice of a number 9 out of this, I want to say realistic, but we just spunked £185 million in 2 days. So fuck it. Who would be your striker? Tottenham can get anyone. We're massive. Who is your striker? So I'm getting ahead of myself. Who is your striker coming in for next season? Let me know in the chat. Tottenham Therapy say United, a new Tottenham. It seems that way, mate. Colin says we can beat the Scums noisy neighbours now. Isn't that an exciting thought? Suddenly we could go into next season with the squad that we have, the team that we have. And listen, we're probably still going to be short squad wise, but as long as we don't get lots of injuries, we could go into North London derby next season with a Fernandez and a Tonali in the centre of midfield, Maddison pulling the strings. Who knows what our front three will be like? The Dutch duo of Van der Ven and Van Hecker at the back. And I'm looking at him, suddenly I'm like, oof, okay, come on then, bring it on. Let's do it. We'll see. Let's see where we are when we get to Arsenal in the North London derby. Razzle said, so far the club have delivered 3 out of 3 De Zerbi signings. They absolutely have in Van Hecker, in Fernandez and in Tonali. Should they both sign? Again, they're not holding the shirt yet. But really, really exciting times to be a Spurs fan. And for me, Senesi hasn't even been mentioned. But what a fantastic signing he has. Maybe, just maybe, Senesi plays more than we think. And maybe VDV is put out to left back. Who knows? Suddenly, he has options there. Let's see what we do. We need to sell Romero. We need to sell Dragishin. There's a lot of players that need to be sold now. So what I want to see is Tottenham now over the next week is absolutely just sell everyone. Fire sell. Get rid of everyone. Everyone we can. For me, Dragishin, Romero, Sarr needs to go. God, my mind's gone blank now. Bergvall, if we get some money for him. Richarlison. Listen, there's others that I would sell, but we can. Obviously, I'd sell Tao as well, but it doesn't look like he's going anywhere. I'd sell Solanke. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere. But there's a lot of work for Spurs to do. But listen, I'm loving every minute of you. Razzle says smash order, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying. Nice. Preach. Absolutely. Even if you're not enjoying it, smash a like anyway. It is important. And smash that subscribe button. There's going to be plenty more shows over the summer. And I cannot wait to get into the next season with you guys. I think we're in for a good season. We deserve it, right? After 2 really bad Premier League seasons. The Stoic is in. Big up, buddy. Says if De Zerbi wanted Fernandes and Tonali and we buy them, then imagine what class of striker he is looking at. Great time to be alive. Absolutely. Listen, the striker market is thin, right? But there are quality strikers out there. And I'm excited to see who Spurs bring in. I think, for me, as always, we can sign midfielders, we can sign defenders, goalkeepers. But the sign of a good window for me is always the class of striker and winger that you bring in. So let's see what we do. I'm really excited. I can't wait. Drula saying good morning, Nige, and the chat. Good morning to you, Drula. How you doing? How you feeling? Have everyone have your feet on the ground now? Are they finally on the ground after these 2 signings? I'm still away with the fairies, to be honest. I've got to be honest. Ghosted says there are still fans who are moaning about Fernandes and Tonali. You can't please everyone, I guess. I can't believe there are fans out there, Ghosted, who are not happy with these signings. Really? I mean, 2 fantastic signings, right? Absolutely world-class signings for us. Right, Fernandes is only going to get better. 21 million, we spent 85 million on him. 21 years old, 85 million spent on him. And this is a kid that could be anything. He's already a fantastic player, but we could double his price. He could be 150, 160 million pound player in 4 or 5 years' time. We just don't know. Great business by Tottenham, in my opinion. Cookie says, let's effing go. It means, Nige. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Rain, gotcha. Tottenham Therapy says, if I've heard Robert De Zerbi wants 3 forwards, let's see what he does. And let's see who he brings in. I'm excited. Razzle saying Cookie trending with the youngsters. Absolutely. I had no idea what that meant at all. I know what LOL means. That's about it. Ghost is saying, I'm so happy for all of us fans. We deserve this. So far, so good. Let's hope the good work continues. And this is what it's all about, Ghosted, right? Continuing the good work. It doesn't matter who we've signed. Right now, we need to continue to do it. And let's see what happens. Simply the GOAT. Big up to you, mate. Says, will we get FFP? No, we'll be absolutely fine. We can spend a hell of a lot of money without getting FFP. I think that's what you mean, isn't it? I think we're all right. I don't know, guys. Anyone out there who has any sort of clue, let us know. But I think we're fine for that. Epic says Spurs, simply get in. Get in, absolutely, mate. Big up to you, Epic. I hope you are well, guys. Keep smashing that like, keep hitting that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Ghost is saying that's why getting them in before preseason is excellent business from Enoch. If we get the forward line in before preseason, then I'll have no complaints. It looks like we are finally backing our manager. And I think as a fan base, this is what we want. Yeah, we want us to back our manager. And finally, we're doing it. Drula coming in with an interesting one. George Mendes has offered us Leao. They want 55 million euros for him. I'm not sure about him. For me, Drew, I've got to be honest. I think he's another Rashford. I think he's a player that on his day is breathtaking, but he has more off days than on. He's the sort of player that you're watching like, fuck me, what a player. And then have 6 shit games. And I don't know. For me, Leao, no, he doesn't excite me. I would love to see, like I say, on that left wing, maybe like a Solace. I know that Arsenal linked with him, but he's the kind of young player that is exciting. There's not an array of left-sided attackers. But for me, a Solace, I still like a Gakpo, someone like that. But let's see what we do. Everyone's got different opinions, and this is why we love football, right? Epic says Spence has a bad attitude. We don't need that in the squad. Or all image, no substance. I absolutely agree with you 100% now, Epic. I would sell Spence. I would sell Romero. I think 2 bad attitudes, 2 bad eggs in the team. I would get rid of both of them personally. Ronnie's in saying big up to you, Ronnie. How you feeling, mate? After the last 48 hours. Rob says sellers Vuskovic to Brighton means that Van Heck deal cost us 4 million. That's great business. Yeah, we haven't spoke about that, have we? Of course. Vuskovic going to Brighton, £46 million plus four, effectively a £50 million deal. Listen, this is a guy who's never kicked a Premier League football for Spurs. I think it's great business, great business. Get rid. And he may do great things. He may go on and be a great player, but Spurs also have a 20% sell-on fee. So if he absolutely smashes it at Brighton and they end up selling him for 100 million, we get another 20 million. So basically, we've sold him for 70 million pounds. I think it's fantastic business for Tottenham. Again, Ghost to send Drew the same here. He's another moments player for me. Yep, we're talking about Liao. I agree 100%. Jimmy says, just think if we got Sarr, Barnes, and Thiago now, wow, that's a 10 out of 10 window. Let's talk about that. Barnes. Are you talking about Harvey Barnes? Interesting. His name hasn't been mentioned. Again, he's a player that I like. Sarr, I like. Thiago, I like. I don't know. It's a difficult one. But for me, I'm not sure about Barnes, but the other two possibly. Definitely Sarr. I like Sarr. Ozzy Ann says, imagine if we got Kane Messi in. I mean, now we are dreaming. But listen, why not? Why not dream? But Kane would be the dream for me. Ghost Assembly has played with Tonali winning the Serie A. This is true. He has. Tom's in saying, good morning. Good morning to you, Tom. I hope you're well. And he says, was it a dream? Well, let's hope not. Apparently it's happening. But as I've said, until they're holding that shirt up, I'm not going to believe it. I think I'm lagging a bit at the moment. Ghost is saying, no, Tom, it's real, mate. Big up. Ronnie saying, Liao, Krupa Jr. and next deals are progressing. We will see. Listen, I'm just excited about what Tottenham are doing. I really am. I think we are doing bits. And it's good to see. Tottenham Therapy saying, bring me Dembele. Yeah, no, obviously. Maybe I should have said, let's be realistic. But Ghost is saying Kane or Osherman is the dream. I mean, they would be fantastic. Tom saying Ollie Watkins. For me, no. But listen, it is what it is. The real deal says, shall we target Messi? I mean, imagine Messi at Tottenham for a year or two. That would be amazing. Never going to happen, but wouldn't it be amazing? We have got Argentine connections. Maybe it will. Who knows? I think we all know. Rain says, I've had so much pushback, but I would go for Igor Thiago. I want a true target man who can score goals. Well, he's proved he can score Premier League goals, hasn't he? Last season, what was it? Was it 22 or 25? I heard someone say 22. I thought it was 25, but he scored Premier League goals last season, over 20. He would be a risk I'd be willing to take. If we're going to spend north of 70, 80 million, I would go for Thiago because he's proven in the Premier League and he's a brute of a man, isn't he? He's a big O unit. And I want to see some men in our side, some proper men. It doesn't look like we're going to sign Pellegrini now. It looks like that's done. And listen, we've signed Fernandez and Tonali. I can't be too greedy. I'm okay with it. I still would have liked Pellegrini in as a squad player, but it is what it is. But yeah, I take Thiago as well. Ghost has said, big up Rain. I want to move away from the slow, rugged target man. Thiago was shite for Brazil. I feel Brentford's system suits him. Again, could be right. It's weird, isn't it? Because some players do well at one club, not so much the other club. I do agree. Thiago's game for Brazil when he played, he wasn't great. But listen, it's one game. I'd still take him. I'd still take the risk on him. But we will see. Tottenham Therapy says, what about Senesi, mate? It might be Van Heck and Senesi at the back with VDV, left back or back three. Listen, these are the options we got now, right? I wouldn't have thought Senesi's going to sign just not to play, right? He's going to get game time. It's going to be interesting to see how Robert De Zerbi plays and the tactics he plays. But we will see. Ronnie has put his team in. Kinski, Porro, Van Heck, VDV, Robbo, Tonali, Fernandez, Madders, Liao, Krupi, Kudus. That's not a bad side, is it? That's not a bad side. Um, Personally, I would still like that bigger target man, which is why I would still like a Vlahovic. But it is what it is. I just want a target man that we can whip balls into, that he's gonna, win headers and hold the ball up. But I'm a bit more old school, I think, in that way. Ghost is saying I want forwards with pace and power. He's the opposite. But that's what I would hope my wingers would have, right? And this is why Kane's so good, because he could drop in. Your wingers with the pace and the power can run beyond, and Kane can just dink balls over. But sadly, we haven't got a Kane, so it is what it is. Just going to go through the chat some more. J Love, big up to you. Said there is talk of Croupy. The likes of Tell, Odobert, Sarr, Gray, and Bergvall should be sold. They're 150 to 200 million here. Listen, I'd agree with a few of them. I think Tell should be sold. I think Sarr, Gray, and Bergvall wouldn't have a problem. Odebert's obviously injured at the moment, so he's not going anywhere. But I wouldn't say no to selling most of them. I actually have got a bit of a soft spot for Odobert. I think he is the one young player that we have that's shown me that he's got some quality. But listen, we will see. We will see. I don't think he goes anyway, but not at the moment. Tom's has put his team in. He's got Kinski, Porro, Van Hexen, Nessie, Robertson, Fernandez, Tonali, Kudus, Madders, left wing, and a centre forward. Where is Van der Ven, Tom? Where is Van der Ven? We will see. Colin, Sarr, Marmoush, Gakpo, take your pick. All three. I take all three. Can we have all three, Colin? Why not? We're spending money. I love Marmoush. He's the kind of player that gets you off your seat for me. I would love him in a Tottenham side, but not necessarily as a forward. I'd have him like as a false nine, or he could play just off the left or just off the right, just floating around, maybe in the Maddison role. But I love Sarr, the pace of power, and I like Gakpo as well. I think, he's the kind of player that reminds me of a Son. He's not as good as Sonny in his day, but he's the kind of player that plays in between the left and the like the corner of the box and the circle of the box, and he can just cut in, whip shots in. Really good player. And he's good in the air as well, Gakpo. So I would take any one of those three or all of those three. Tom's bench is Dubravka, VDV, Danzo, Gallagher, Odobert, Xavi, Solanke. It's not a bad bench, that is it? It is not a bad bench at all. And you look at that, and I'm just saying, where's VDV? But you look at it, and I'm looking at that team, and I'm like, where's Senesi's out? That's fine. Senesi's out. VDV is going to have to be on top of his game now, I think. And let's be honest, Senesi is more of a Deserby type player. Yeah? He's very good on the ball, very comfortable. I'm not saying VDB isn't, but Senesi's different class in that sense. In my opinion, VDB is a lot better at recovery. And yeah, let's see what happens. Tottenham Therapy says the fans who are not happy with Tonali and Fernandez are the same ones who want Gray and Bergvall in the midfield. This is probably true. This is probably true. Listen, as a fan base, we all have our favourites, right? Nobody's right and nobody's wrong. We all have our favourites. But for me, yeah, two great signings. Two great signings. Colin said, I would sell Gallagher personally. I think he's dog shit. Fair play, Colin. No, fair enough, mate. Listen, I like Gallagher. I don't see where he gets in now, though. I don't see where he gets in. He's going to be a squad player. Is he going to be happy with that? He's got to be looking at the players we've signed and thinking, where the fuck do I get in this team? Because right now, I don't think he does, right? Don't think he does. But we can't just sell everyone, right? We've got to keep some players. So it is what it is. Rodney saying, can we get top six? As I said earlier, Rodney, big up to you, buddy. In my opinion, if we're spending 250 million so far, which we have, we've got to be looking at top six. If we're spending north of 300 million towards 400 million, no excuses. We got to be looking at Champions League, because if any other club, if Aston Villa went out and spunked 400 million on players, we would say they have to get top four. And the same with any other club. So for me, Spurs are the same. We're spunking 400 million pound on players. We need to finish in the Champions League. That's my opinion. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Can we go from 17th to Champions League? It's a big ask, but United did it only buying 3 attackers. If we're buying 5, 6, 7, 8 players to go into that first team, well, then we have to. We have to, right? No excuses. Kev says, morning to Drula. And he says, I'm buzzing. I think we all are, mate. I think we all are. Ghost is saying, Colin is definitely not number 10. That's for sure. Kev saying, big up to Tottenham. Didn't read that very well. And Kev saying, United fans are in meltdown over our business. They absolutely are. And it's so good to see, isn't it? It is so good to see the meltdown of other fans. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Rob saying we can spend 500 million and still be within the rules of FFP. We can spend 85% plus extra 30 because of the new SCR rules in the SCR season. That went straight over my head, mate. But I get what you mean. I get it, I think. But basically, we can spend what we want this summer. You know, we wouldn't be able to do that every summer, would we? I don't think. But right now, because we've not really done it, I'm guessing we can do it. Rabbit Man's in. Big up to you, Rabbit Man. Big up to you, mate. Big up. Rob Plan said no to Thiago. And Tom said Thiago 100%. I love the fact we all have different opinions. This is what makes football so great, and this is what makes YouTube so great, and this is what makes having a community so fun, because everyone's got a difference of opinion. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We're all right in our heads, right? Tom says Thiago, like I say, and then says Mateta. For me, not sure about Mateta. He's a bit of a streaky player, isn't he? Scores goals, but not enough. Not enough. So what would we look for as a front three, right? I know a lot of people are saying we need a striker who's going to score 20 goals a season. Has to score 20 plus. For me, the way I see it, if we have a striker that gets 20 GA, whether that's 10 goals, 10 assists, or 18 goals, 2 assists, if we had that on the left, a left winger who scored 10 and assisted 10, or scored 7, assisted 13, and we had a right winger who did the same, suddenly that's 60 GA between the front three. That should be enough to get us into that top 6. And then you'd hope that the midfield and defence would come in with goals as well. So for me, we don't necessarily need a striker that's going to score 20 goals. We need a striker that's going to get you 20 GA a season. And we need a left winger and a right winger to do the same. And if we get that, I think we've got a real chance. Ideally, we get a striker in and get you 20 goals and 15 assists, and then we're laughing. But let's see what happens, guys. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. The Real Deal says, for context, but the financial Spurs are the greenest in the Premier League. No team can match our PSR state. They can set an outline of 400 million and still be okay with FFP and PSR. Pains for greatness. And this is where we are, the Real Deals. We are in that position now where we can spend. All right. We can spend money like there's no tomorrow if we want. It looks like Enoch have woken up. And whether that's because we stayed up by the skin of our teeth last season, they realise, shit, if we don't do it now, we could go down. But we're in a position where we can really attack the Premier League. And who knows, right? Who knows? Every club, or all clubs, have moments. They have, I've lost the word in my head, but they have times when they're successful, right? Every club goes through it. And Spurs haven't had that in a long time. Maybe this is the start of our time coming. Maybe. We will see, but maybe spending this money, maybe this is the time. Maybe this is our time. Ghost is saying, I don't know what it is. I just get Solanke one season wonder vibe from Thiago. I get that, mate. I do get that. Tottenham Therapy says VDV plays left back for the Netherlands. He does, but for me, he's just a bit slow on the turn. Listen, it is what it is. Once he's going, he's fine. But because he's so big, I think he can get beat quite easy left side. But, you know, it is what it is. His pace makes up for it a lot of the time. Kate said, nice. Good morning, lovely. Good morning to you, Kate. I hope you are well. I'm just going to get through this chat because I know I have got to pass you on soon enough. Guys, if you haven't, 80 of you in the house now, please smash a like, hit the subscribe button. I am now 5 subs away from 1,700, 1.7k. So any help would be much appreciated. Let's try to get to 1.7k this morning if we can. Ozzy Anderson, let's get Kane back and win the title with him. Will mean so much to him. Oh, mate, I can't read the rest of that. That would be a dream, wouldn't it? Kane coming back, Spurs winning the title, Harry Kane is captain, lifting the Premier League title up. Whew, wow, that would be it. I'd give up. Wouldn't need to do any more. I'd give up life. That would be it. I'd die a happy man. James Ian said, good morning, guys, and all in the chat. Hope everyone is well. We're good, Kane. Jane, I think. How are you? I've got Kane on the brain. How are you, Jane? I hope you're well. Aussie Anne says, and Kane will come back if we put a title charge in. Listen, maybe Kane comes back, but let's see. Let's see. Rain says Ghost of Solanke is a little one-season wonder. Thiago scored goals before he came to the Premier League. This is true. Solanke didn't really score goals anywhere else, but Thiago has scored goals at other clubs he's been at. So he's a bit more proven than Solanke. Ghost is saying, I want them to have all pace and power, nice, interchangeable front three. You can play anywhere across the forward line. Would love Kane, but it won't happen. I agree. Drula says Somerville links haven't gone. We've gone in. We've gone in again. De Zerbi rates the winger and sees him as fitting into his system. We stepped up negotiations with West Ham, who value him at 50 million. Listen, if Somerville comes in, I'll support him, but he's not one that really excites. Not one that really excites. But listen, if he comes in, I'll get behind him. He's better than Tao, I guess. Is he? What do we think, guys? Is Somerville better than Tao? I mean, I guess he's proven that he is, but he's not for me. He's not for me. Lee's in saying hello, everyone. Big up, Lee. And then he says, everyone hit the like and subscribe button. Absolutely. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and get over to Lee Statham TV. Give this Leeds fan a bit of love. Top man, top family. Big up to Lee. Big up to Stu. Hope you're all well. Jimmy says we'll be playing in orange next season if we're not careful. This is true. Yeah, I mean, I've heard rumours that we're in for Bobby as well. So we will see. We could literally be the Netherlands hotspur. But so I wouldn't be against it. I like the Netherlands. Play some good football. Jane says hello to our lovely Leeds. Lee, absolutely. Ghosted. Saying fair's rain, but that was in Belgium. I need to see another season of it in the Prem. Imagine if we spent 100 million on another Solanke. I'd be gutted. I feel the striker has to be right this summer. I absolutely agree, Ghosted. We have to get this striker right this year, right? We cannot go all out for this midfield and then buy a dud of a striker. I agree. I do feel, though, that any striker we buy is a risk, isn't it? It's a risk. But we will see. Listen, we will see what happens. Rain says, too true. Nobody is right and nobody is wrong except the fans not happy with Fernandez and Tonali signings. True. Drew saying, Jimmy, the Dutch Connection FC. Ghosted saying that he agrees with Rain. Listen, exactly. Not all fans are going to be happy. It's crazy that some fans are not happy with this midfield signings, but it is what it is. Drew saying, morning to Kev. Just get through the chat because I've got a couple of minutes to go. So I'm going to go to people that I haven't said hello to. Hasselhoff, big up, mate. Says we need a technical striker who has high football IQ with a killer instinct in the box. That's a dream, mate. That's a dream. Let's hope we can pull it off. And Colin said, let's do a deal with Bergvall going to Forest and Morgan Gibbs White coming to us. That, for me, would make it a 10 out of 10 window. We got Morgan Gibbs White and got rid of Bergvall. Brilliant window. I just don't see it happening, especially now as Glasner has gone to Nottingham Forest. Great deal for Nottingham Forest, by the way. Kate saying we need a wing. We need a winger, sell the Pigeon and Solanke, and buy a striker with quality. He knows where the back of the net is. Absolutely. You know, I wouldn't be against selling both of them, bringing a striker in and then bringing a player like Marmouche in as well, who can play as a striker or just off the striker or as a false nine. So much we can do. Whether we go out there and do it is another question. Kev saying good morning to Ghosted. Tottenham till I die. Saying my dog's better than Tell. Tell really is not a great player, is he? I think, listen, for some reason, it seems like Robert De Zerbi likes him, but he's not a great player. Guys, keep smashing that like, hitting that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Pete's in. Saying sorry so late, Nige. Had a rough night. Food poisoning, I think. We'll catch up later, mate. Big up, chat. Big up to you, Pete. Get well soon, buddy. Rest up. Um, Stop eating. Lightning for football, says Coys. I had to change my account name and it's better now. Also, get ready for the point deduction for FFP. It's not going to happen, mate, is it? It's not going to happen. We can spend a lot of money. We can spend a lot of money, but we will see. We will see what happens. No doubt we get pulled into something. But listen, I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. And we're going to be selling players. We're going to be selling a lot of players over this summer. Rain saying, Ghosted, do you feel the same way about Cooper Jr. having only one season in the Premier League? Good point. Good point, Rain. Lightning for football saying best midfield in the league. Are we talking about the Spurs one? Absolutely. I think we have now. And then he says, bring back Harry Kane. That's the dream, mate. For me, bringing back Harry Kane would be the dream. Kate says, Pete Chambers, sorry you're not well this morning. Try drinking water. If you can keep it down, Pete, get well soon. Absolutely, Pete. Get well soon. And Rain says, Pete, can you get food poisoning from lager? Yes. Guys, I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to pass you over to the two marks. Guys, have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't, please like on the way out, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Great things happening at Tottenham. Let's keep it going, guys. Have a great Thursday. And as always, come on, you Spurs.